Well, a big blow for Tottenham Hotspur. Harry Kane is going to be out for a few weeks, maybe a month, maybe longer. Ankle ligament damage. It's an ankle again for Harry Kane. How big a blow for Spurs?
Huge. It's a huge blow. And all you have to do is take a look at some of the games that they're going to play in that period of time that they're scheduled to play, and then it gives you a sense as to Spurs being in trouble. Now, we're not even taking into consideration the fact that Heung-min Son will be going to the Asian Cup. And so where are the options? Is it Llorente that plays in the middle? Is it Lucas Moura that has been injured? Does he come back? And then it's key matches that they have ahead over the next 6 weeks. It's Chelsea, it's Dortmund in Champions League, it's League Cup, it's Arsenal. It's everywhere you turn is key matches for Spurs. And without Harry Kane, you don't have that pivotal piece. You don't have the guy that you know is going to score goals for you. Then the question is, who's going to score the goals? Good luck.
So he's been out before with an ankle problem. So I was looking at some of the stats, and the win ratio for Spurs without Kane is nearly 20% less than when he plays. That is an issue, especially with some of those games coming up.
Yeah, and we don't know what games those that he played or didn't play in those stats that you're referring to. But what I can tell you is in the next 6 weeks is a bunch of heavy matches, heavy games, games in which you need your best players to be available, where you're going to need a key goal here and there. No Kane, it affects not only the fact that Kane is not on the field and he's not adding his goals, but it affects the games of those players around him that find free space because he's able to move, because he attracts so much attention. He's not attracting attention from the bench or from the stands, and so therefore those other guys are not going to have nearly as much space as they would have had Kane been on the field.
This is a difficult one because you could say, well, why don't they have a proper backup? I know you said Llorente or whoever, but the way they play with the one up top, whoever comes in would be a backup to Harry Kane. So you can on one hand say, well, they should already have a better striker there, but on the other hand, if you're bringing a better striker in, he's not going to get much game time.
And yet, it goes back to the original criticism of Spurs in that they've had moments in which they could have gone after a player, that they could have added depth to the team, and they chose not to. And whatever, if that comes from the top, whoever is making these decisions, they did not address the depth issues or lack thereof for Spurs. Now is when those things come to show up, and they're showing up at the worst time of the year.
Big blow. Someone else at Spurs now needs to step up to the plate.